everyone, and welcome. And thank you for taking this time for yourself today. My name is Gabi, and I work with people to reconnect with their inner strengths and well-being, especially when life feels overwhelming or heavy. And I do so with my vast and varied trainings in energy work techniques.
And I'm Sarah. I also work with people to release essentially what holds them back and activate their natural vitality and inner peace with just various different energy work techniques that I'm trained in. And together we'll guide you to connect with gratitude. That's the topic today, not just kind of as a concept, but as a felt experience in your body and energy.
Yeah, and this masterclass is for anyone who feels disconnected from themselves, who struggles to appreciate their own journey, or who wants to cultivate deeper self-love and inner well-being. And if you have been giving so much to others that your own energy feels depleted, or if you want to break the habit of self-criticism, this class is for you. And today we are going to give your inner self the care and attention it deserves.
And so if you think about it, in today's world, many of us are really just running on autopilot. We're caught up in our responsibilities and stress and comparison. And gratitude can really just feel impossible when life is overwhelming. But gratitude isn't just about feeling positive, which is what a lot of us think, but it's really a tool that shifts your energy and rewires your nervous system and reconnects you with your inner well-being. And right now, cultivating gratitude for yourself is one of the really fastest ways to just restore that balance and resilience and joy inside yourself. And that's why this class is so important today.
Yeah, and I give you a short overview about our time together. So first, we will have a straight talk about what self-gratitude is and why it matters. Then we will explore 6 common blockages that stop us from feeling gratitude with our stories and immediate practices you can try right now. Then we will then guide you through a group healing to release these blockages and activate your inner well-being. And finally, we will close with reflection and integration so you can carry this practice into your daily life.
All right, so let's cut the fluff for a moment, okay? Gratitude has been completely watered down, and most of us are tired of hearing about it. I mean, really, we are. And we're told to just be grateful, write a few things in a journal, and somehow that's just supposed to literally change everything. But for most people, it didn't work for me. Okay, and why? Because you can't fake gratitude. You can write 10 things you're grateful for every morning or every night and still just completely feel empty, disconnected, fake about it, or even frustrated inside. And that's the truth that really most people just don't talk about. And gratitude is not a checklist. It's not a performance. It's not something you do to look positive or spiritual. It's an energetic state. And if your system is stressed, if it's overwhelmed, and if it's carrying just a lot of unresolved emotions, your body can literally block you from feeling it. So if gratitude has felt hard for you, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because it's actually hard for your system to feel it when your system is already struggling.
Yeah, and here's the part that might be uncomfortable to hear. Most of us are addicted to focusing on what's wrong. We have trained our minds to scan for problems, to compare ourselves, to think in terms of not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. I should be further along. And from that place, you really cannot access real gratitude because your energy is constantly stuck in lack, pressure, and self-judgment. So when you try to be grateful, it creates an inner conflict. One part of you says, I should feel grateful. And another part says, but I don't. And that gap, that's where frustration, guilt, and even shame start to build. So let's be very clear. Gratitude is not about overriding your truth. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about clearing what's in the way so gratitude can arise naturally.
So this is where it gets powerful, okay? Because the moment you stop forcing gratitude and start working with your energy instead, that's when things can actually begin to shift. Your nervous system can actually start to settle, your body can soften, your heart starts to open up, and not because you made it, but because it finally just feels safe enough to do so. And from that place is where gratitude doesn't feel like you have to try so hard anymore. It just comes naturally and it's something that can move through you freely.
Yeah, and self-gratitude is the deepest layer of all, because it means looking at yourself, not just the polished, successful, good parts, but also the messy, imperfect, still healing parts and saying, I see you. I'm still grateful for you. That's not easy, but that's where transformation can happen. And because the moment you can hold yourself like that, something inside of you relaxes. The pressure drops, the fight inside of you softens, and your system starts to rewire from stress and survival into trust, openness, and well-being. And so today we are not here to perform gratitude. We are here to remove what blocks it so you can actually feel it in your body, your energy, and your life. And before we talk about the 6 blockages, we are going to help you intuitively choose a number between 1 and 6. And this number will represent the blockage that is most present for you today. And that doesn't mean the others are not present, but the one number you choose is the one which one is really most present. So just close your eyes for a moment if you feel comfortable with it. And take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Bring your awareness to your heart. Maybe you want to put the hands there and feel the warmth that's present there. And when I count to 3, the number comes into your mind. 1, 2. Take a deep breath. And 3. The number comes to your mind, a number between 1 and 6. Notice the first number that comes to your mind without overthinking. That's your number. Don't question it. Take another deep breath. Thank yourself and let's keep going. So keep that number in mind. It's a guide for where your energy wants to go today. And if you feel comfortable, just put your number in the chat. We would love to see what number you received. And now let's explore our 6 blockages so you can see which resonates. For each, we will share why it blocks your gratitude, a bit from our own journey, and a precise exercise you can do right here, right now. Something somatic or behavioral to start shifting the energy. So, Sarah, did we get any numbers in the chat?
4 is what we got so far.
Okay, good.
Thanks for sharing. All right, so y'all ready? So the first blockage is dum dum dum, self-criticism and that harsh inner dialogue. So this blockage shows up as that constant inner voice, the one that quietly or sometimes really loudly will tell you what's wrong, what's missing, what you could have done better, that you should have liked it better, spoken better, etc., etc. And the tricky part is many of us don't even question it anymore. It just kind of like sounds like us. That's just what we hear in our head all the time. But in reality, this voice is often not your true voice, your inner voice. It's conditioning. It's something you've learned through expectations, past experiences, our environment and society. where, love or recognition may have been tied to performance. So the message becomes, I'm only worthy if I do enough. I'm only enough if I get it right. I'm just not good enough. That kind of thing. And from that place, gratitude just has no space to expand. And because instead of appreciating yourself, you're constantly evaluating yourself. And this doesn't just stay in the mind, you can feel it in your actual physical body too, like a tight chest, shallow breathing, that constant just kind of inner pressure. I'm sure we've all walked around and just kind of felt that tightness, that pressure inside of us, not even sure where it's coming from. And your system is in just a constant, subtle state of stress, always trying to prove something instead of just simply being. And I remember after sessions when I first started out with clients, or even honestly, conversations, sometimes I would replay everything in my mind. What I said, what I could have said better, whether I did enough for the person. Even when the session went really well, really beautifully, my focus would literally just go straight to what wasn't perfect. The music wasn't loud enough, or, whatever my mind would come up with. And what I didn't realize at the time was that I wasn't just draining myself mentally, I was draining my entire energy field. And there was just literally no space left for me to even receive, no space to feel gratitude for what, I had actually given and what I experienced as well. Only pressure and the sensation of just not enough. And so when that feeling, when that sensation, when that pops up for you again, what you can do is by shifting it, not by fighting that voice, but by becoming aware of it and starting, and this will take some time, but you can do this for 1 to 2 minutes every day, is change your relationship to that voice. So whenever you catch yourself censoring, criticizing, or kind of replaying something in your mind, and really just kind of start beating yourself up, right? Just pause, first of all, and notice where the criticism lives in your body. And so you're shifting your mental rumination to a sensation in your body. And so it could be a tight jaw, it could be heavy shoulders, it could be that your shoulders are up to your ears and you hadn't even noticed, right? And wherever you feel that in your body, place one hand there, gently, wherever that is. For me, a lot of times it is the shoulders, or I'm a jaw grinder. So I clench my teeth, and I just can feel like the that muscle flickering essentially. And so you can just place your hands there. And once you found that spot, you just breathe slowly into that spot. And it can literally be your foot. It doesn't matter where you feel it. And then we do the 4 in and 6 out breathing. So you breathe in for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you keep doing that, breathing in on the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you just observe the sensation without trying to fix it. And then you can label it and say, nah, there's that critic again, clenching that jaw, having too much to say. And you literally just say no judgment. You're just witnessing it, kind of like a cloud that just passes by in the sky. And that allows for a space. It reduces the charge of your inner criticism, and it opens that room for gratitude to actually enter.
Yeah, now let's talk about blockage 2. So whoever has a number 2, that's for you now. Comparing to others and envy. And let's talk about something that most people feel, but very few openly admit: comparison. And that moment when you see someone else's life, success, relationship, or presence, and something inside of you contracts, it can be subtle, a small pang in the chest, a thought like, why don't I have that? Or I should be further along. And just, like that, your energy shifts. And because instead of being connected to yourself, your attention moves outward. to what someone else has and what you think you don't. And here's a deeper truth. Comparison blocks gratitude because it pulls you out of your own energy field. Instead of standing in your own path, your own timing, your own gifts, you step into someone else's lane. And in that moment, your system goes into contraction. And you might feel it as tightness, in your chest, a heaviness in your heart, or even a drop in your energy. And that's not random. That's your body's response to a sense of lack, of not being enough. And biologically, this actually makes sense. We are wired to notice what's better or more because it once helped us survive, adapt, and improve. But in today's world, this mechanism is constantly overstimulated through social media, through constant exposure to other people's life. We are comparing ourselves all the time, often without even realizing it. And instead of motivating us, it slowly drains us. It creates envy, self-doubt, and a quiet disconnection from our own value. Now, I remember scrolling and seeing what looked like these perfect lives. People who seemed more successful, more visible, more confident. And even though I knew that my path was different, that my gifts are unique, I could feel that moment of contraction and that thought of, am I doing enough? Am I where I should be? Why I'm not able to reach that? And what I didn't realize at the time was in that moment, I was leaving my own energy. I was disconnecting from everything that was already there. My work, my growth, my impact. And of course, gratitude had no space in that state. So instead of trying to stop comparison, because that usually doesn't work, we are going to bring your energy back into yourself. So, on how you can do that is bring to mind one comparison trigger. And then notice the body sensation, like sinking stomach or tight throat. For me, it's my heart is tightening up. And then shift. Name 3 specific things in your own life right now that feel supportive or good. The feel of your chair, breath moving, a recent small win, the sun shining outside. And then savor one with your senses. Touch it, see it, feel its warmth. And this redirects energy inward, and softens the envy you feel.
It's somewhere buried under there it is. What I like to do is I have a worry stone. That's what I like to then hold and mess with. And it can help kind of redirect it. But all right, blockage number 3. Okay, so whoever got number 3, that's for you. And that is feeling unworthy and low self-esteem. So this is more of a deeper layer and it's more of a quiet one. Okay, it's not something that you'll just know. It's not that loud, always, present self-criticism or that comparison. Instead, it kind of sits underneath. It's like a subtle belief. I don't really deserve this. I'm not quite enough. Not quite good enough. And many people carry this without even realizing it. And this pattern often begins really early in life when, for example, love or attention or validation felt conditional. And maybe you were praised when you achieved something, but not when you simply just existed. And maybe you learned to be, strong or helpful or even perfectionism, perfect to receive that connection, right? And over time, your system created a belief, I have to earn love. I have to prove my worth. And here's what actually happens energetically. Your system creates a kind of inner holding pattern, almost like a gate that says, careful, don't receive too much, Don't feel too good about yourself because deep down, receiving can feel actually literally unsafe. So when gratitude tries to come in, especially that like self-gratitude, there can be massive resistance that comes up. And it might feel uncomfortable or literally might feel wrong to you to fully appreciate yourself because a part of you believes, I haven't earned it yet. And this is so important to understand. Okay, this is not a flaw. This is a protective mechanism that at some point you've created in your life. And this belief helped you to adapt or to belong or stay safe in what you perceived around in your world. But now the problem is that it's keeping your heart also kind of closed, right? And it's keeping you from receiving what's already there. And for me personally, I remember carrying this quiet feeling from childhood that no matter literally what I did, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't quite good enough. It could have always been better. Just, I never got good enough. And so even when I really achieved something, when I did well, or I supported someone deeply, like in a session or something, there was always this inner hesitation to fully acknowledge it. Even when I got praise, I was like, yeah, yeah, whatever, and point out what wasn't good enough. I just wasn't able to fully receive it because it felt risky. Like if I allowed myself to feel proud or grateful about something that I did, I might be too much or somehow wrong. And so I stayed in the space of doing but not actually receiving. And I would give, but I wouldn't allow anything to land in me. And that's where gratitude then gets blocked. And so instead of trying to convince yourself that you're worthy, because you can do that until you balloon your face and you're probably not going to believe it, right? We're going to go and do it a little differently. We're going to show your body that it is safe to receive. And you can do this with me. Place both hands over your heart and then breathe. And just notice if there is in your heart space right here, if there's any heaviness or any contraction or any tightness, something that just feels not quite right. And just become aware of that sensation. Don't try and push it down. And then you gently start rocking side to side. And I have to scooch up a little bit in my chair. You start to kind of just rock yourself, essentially. You know how you would hold a baby and rock it? Yeah, you're rocking yourself. Okay. Side to side. You can kind of play around with it. Do you like side to side better or do you like forward and backwards? You can also play around. You can do both ways, but just tiny movements. We're not talking like woof and back and forth, like just subtle, okay, while you're breathing. We don't want you face planting onto your desk. And the somatic motion really helps discharge that stored unworthiness energy. And then once you kind of, get to the point where you feel that heaviness, that contraction, lifting and moving, it starts flowing. Then recall a neutral fact of your existence, okay? Nothing that you have any attachment to. So, say, for example, my heart has beaten faithfully all these years. Or my feet have carried me faithfully all these years. Or this chair's holding me up really nicely right now. Something that is a natural, neutral fact of your existence. And I just feel that the body respond to it without forcing positivity, just that presence, and feel how your body reacts to just that statement and settling into it. And over time, if you continue doing so, you'll open yourself up more to that gratitude and you'll get your body in sync with then being able to feel safe about it in the first place.
Yeah, that's so true. And now let's talk about blockage four. So if you have the four, that's your main blockage. And this one is one of the deeper reasons why gratitude can feel out of reach. It's about past traumas or unresolved pain. And not because you don't want to feel it, but because your system is still holding on to past experiences that haven't fully been processed or released. So when we go through difficult or painful experiences, especially, ones where we felt hurt, unseen, rejected, or unsafe, the body doesn't just forget. It stores that experience as energy, sometimes as tension, sometimes as heaviness, and sometimes even as numbness. And here's the important part. Your nervous system is designed to protect you. So if you have experienced pain in the past, your system may stay slightly on guard, always scanning, always a little alert, always ready to protect you from being hurt again. And in this state, it becomes very difficult to fully open to positive feelings, including gratitude. And because to feel gratitude, you have to open your heart. And for a system that has been hurt before, that can feel vulnerable, even unsafe. So instead, the body does something very intelligent. It either stays in tension or it numbs out. And both are forms of protection. But both also make it harder to feel joy, appreciation, or connection deeply. So, and I realized that I was carrying subtle memories from childhood, moments where I felt dismissed or not fully seen. And even though I had grown, achieved things, and created a life, there was still this quiet pattern in my system. When something good happened, when I felt joy or appreciation, there was a part of me that held back, almost, like, be careful, don't open too much, don't feel too much joy. And because somewhere deep inside there was a memory that opening could lead to hurt again. So instead of fully receiving my blessings, I stayed a little guarded. And that's where gratitude couldn't fully land. So, and what we do here is, so instead of trying to push through that, we are going to do something different. We are going to show your system that it's safe to feel again, step by step. So, and you can do that together with me. Do a quick body scan. Start at your toes. Move up slowly, noticing how tension, clenched areas. And for any spot that feels heavy, breathe into it. Really breathe into that area. And on exhale, imagine exhaling the old energy as dark smoke or fog. And do this with every area where you feel this tension. Breathe into it. And on exhale, imagine exhaling the old energy. And then shake the limbs if needed to release. And this somatic discharge creates space for gratitude to flow without forcing.
It works quite nicely. What I also wanted to say, if you had number 4, I want to encourage you to hop over to healempowerlove.com and check out the Untrauma workshop, just as a side note here. And then, all right, whoever drew 5, whoever had 5 pop up for them, let's talk about that blockage. It's drumroll, perfectionism, fear of not doing enough. And so this one, in a way, unfortunately, is the literally most accepted, okay, and at the same time, most exhausting pattern. Perfectionism often really looks like dedication, discipline, high standards, and on the surface, it can even feel productive, right? But underneath, there's something very different happening. Have you ever have you ever seen the pictures of the duck on the calm water and then pedaling like crazy underneath? That's kind of perfectionism. It's really not about excellence. It's about fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of being judged, fear of falling short. So the system kind of creates a strategy of like, I'll just do more, I'll pedal faster, I'll do it better, I'll keep improving. But the problem is there's just no finish line. You never end, you never stop. And because even when you do something well, your mind immediately moves to the next thing, right? So you've finished a task, but then you're like, oh wait, I could have been better. I should have done more. I'm not there yet. Actually, I need to edit it. And energetically, this creates a constant state of just restlessness. You might feel it as inner pressure or that constant sense of urgency, difficulty relaxing, and even when you've done enough. Okay. And in that state, gratitude just, there's no place for it to land. Okay. Because gratitude actually requires a moment of pause, of stop, of taking a breath and relaxing, a moment of this is enough or I am enough. And perfectionism doesn't allow that moment. It keeps you moving, it keeps you pushing, it keeps you reaching, always just beyond where you are at that current moment. And I remember having days where I would journal, like a gratitude journal. I would meditate. I would do some kind of healing work. I would really invest time in myself. And yet at the end of the day, I felt restless. Like it just wasn't enough. I didn't do enough. Even though I had done so much. And what I didn't realize was that it wasn't about what I was doing, it was the energy I was doing it from. It was this constant pressure to get somewhere, this constant pressure of like, I need to do all these self-improvement, self-care things. But I didn't allow myself to arrive. And in that energy, gratitude couldn't land. Nothing could land really. And because I never let anything just be enough. And so instead of trying to fix perfectionism, because it is a well-spread disease that is probably every part of your life somewhere, we're going to bring your system into a different experience. Okay. And so it's a little bit of thinking involved, which perfectionism, right? But choose one small task that you're doing imperfectly right now in your mind, right? So like sitting posture is not ideal. See how I'm slumping kind of? I should probably be sitting up straight. Your breath is uneven, or your legs are crossed, which, by the way, not so great for your hips, or, something small. Your water cup isn't where you usually have it. Something that's just imperfectly, but slightly. And then intentionally allow it. Don't fix it. So see how I slouched back because I fixed it automatically? Slouch back. Don't fix it. Don't fix it. You want to so badly. I know that you want to move that water cup or uncross your legs right now or fix your posture. And just notice that urge to correct and notice it, but then let it be for 30 seconds. And those 30 seconds can feel very, very long. Okay. But in those 30 seconds, what you'll probably feel is that the body actually starts relaxing slightly. And this behavioral exposure to very mild imperfections reduces the fear charge around them and invites appreciating the good enough. Like, does it really matter if my buttercup's over there or on the coaster where it usually goes? Okay. Does it really matter that right now I'm crossing my legs? Probably not in the like in a grand scheme of things. Does it really matter that I'm slouching? Maybe, but maybe not, you know? And so just kind of invite the appreciation for it. It's good enough as is right now.
Yeah, and I feel that's really powerful. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about blockage 6. So if you have the number 6, that's for you. And that's distraction and lack of presence. And this blockage is subtle but incredibly powerful. So because it's not about something being wrong, it's about something being missed. We live in a world where our attention is constantly pulled in different directions. Notification, thoughts, planning, doing the next thing before we even finish the current one. And over time, this creates a state where your energy is never fully here. It's always a little ahead, a little elsewhere, a little divided. And here's what happens. Gratitude lives in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future, but in the now, in the small, quiet experiences that are happening all the time. The warmth of a cup in your hands, a breath that softens your body, a moment of stillness. These are all invitations to gratitude. But when your mind is racing, you don't register them. So it's not that gratitude isn't there. It's that your system is too scattered to receive it. And you can often feel this in your body as a kind of inner restlessness, difficulty focusing, a sense of being slightly disconnected from yourself. So, and for me, I noticed this in such a simple moment. I would make myself a cup of tea, something that could be really grounding, really nourishing. But instead of being with it, I was already doing something else and thinking, what is the next task I have to do? Checking my emails in between till the water is hot, and was waiting for it. And I realized I wasn't even feeling the warmth of the cup in my hands when the tea was ready. I wasn't tasting it fully, and the moment was there, but I wasn't. And of course, if I'm not present, gratitude has nowhere to land. So instead of trying to focus harder, we are going to do something much simpler. We are going to bring your energy back into this moment through your body. So pick one small present moment thing, your breath, hands resting maybe on your heart, sounds around, and engage all senses. Notice the texture, the temperature, subtle movement, and stay with it fully for 60 seconds. No drifting, not trying, not thinking about other things. And if the thoughts come in, just let them pass by like clouds and bring back your focus on the small present moment thing. And this really anchors presence and naturally opens gratitude as you feel the aliveness already here.
All right. Those are the 6 blockages, guys. I do want to reiterate one more time that you might have heard them and said, well, that applies to me too. And they might, but the number that you got is the one that has the most leverage for you right now. So try working with that one, and maybe the other ones might ease up at the same time. And so before we move into our guided practice, also, I want to remind you of a blind spot that we miss, okay? And we think gratitude only lives in the good, in the easy moments, right? But true self-gratitude often also can hide in those moments of discomfort, in the mistakes, in the challenges, the times where, you failed, you felt embarrassed, or you had to push through pain, and that's really where your courage then shone through, your learning and your growth. That's where they shine brightest. And honoring those moments and that hidden gratitude can expand those moments even more fully, and you can grow even more out of them. And so you can take a quick moment and just see if you can identify one recent uncomfortable situation that taught you something valuable. Now, it doesn't have to be something big, you know? It can be as simple as having learned a new technique to make bread dough. And, you know, you struggled with it for a minute. Doesn't have to be mind-blowing. And then just feel into that energy, and we will work on unlocking that in the guided journey here. Okay, so let's move into that group meditation to release what doesn't really serve us anymore and move into that gratitude so that it can land again. So if you can, if you're driving, please don't. But if you can, just sit somewhere comfortable, close your eyes. If you feel so, you don't need it, it's not required. But if you want to, you can have something to write next to you. If something comes into your mind, you can jot it down. And also, if you can, turn off distractions that are around you, if that's possible at all, or put on noise canceling headphones, something. Okay. And then just make sure you're sitting comfortably, but that your spine is tall, that your hands are resting on your legs in your lap. And I'd like you to face your hands upwards. And then go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. And just allow your shoulders to drop. your jaw to soften, and your hands to rest comfortably. And feel kind of your body, how it's on your surface underneath you, what it feels like, how it's making contact. And then make sure you have your feet on the ground below you. And then just visualize some roots that are growing from the soles of your feet, going down into the earth and burrowing deep, deep, deep into it, grounding you below. And then I want you to picture a golden beam of light leaving the top of your head, your crown chakra, and going upwards into the universe, grounding you above. And with each inhale, draw in calm, nourishment, and stability from the earth. And with each exhale, just release tension, release stress, and release worry as best as you can. And then you can feel your body becoming heavier and heavier in the moment. But at the same time, energetically, it feels lighter as the connection to the earth grounds and supports you. And take another slow, deep breath in and exhale fully, letting yourself arrive here completely in your body, in this space. And then just notice the rhythm of your breath. Let it go naturally. Notice how your chest rises and falls, how your belly expands. And know that in this moment, you are safe. The chair or the bed is holding you up safely. Your body is safe, and you're exactly where you need to be. And then just bring your attention back to the number, the blockage number you intuitively chose earlier. And if you don't remember what it's associated with, it's okay. You just need the number. And see that number in your mind's eye as a shape, a weight. See what it looks like. Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? Is it knotted up, backwards, upside down? Whatever comes naturally. And just notice it without judgment, observing the color of it, the size, texture. And you're not trying to change anything yet. You're just noticing. And as you're noticing the sensations associated with the number that you see in front of you, start scanning your body and notice where you feel that same sensation, that same heaviness or lightness or tightness or knottedness. Where's that matching energy in your body? Is it in your chest? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your shoulder, your hip, or somewhere else? And once you've found it, just take a deep breath in and out. And as you're exhaling, imagine a golden light entering your body. It's flowing in the crown of your head. And let it flow slowly towards the area in your body where you feel that blockage, that energy, that number. And as it reaches that number, notice how that golden light completely envelopes and encompasses that whole entire area, encompassing that tightness, that tenderness. And I want you to start breathing into that space. And if it's your foot, just picture your breath moving to your foot, for example, or your elbow. And as you breathe, as you inhale, just imagine that you're breathing in healing, clarity, releasing, compassion, acceptance. And then when you're exhaling, slowly but surely allow yourself to exhale that tension, that heaviness, the knottedness, or the resistance of letting go of that blockage. And allow it to lighten, and you can see the resistance flowing out of your body with every exhale, every time you breathe out. And you can even picture yourself breathing out golden sparkles of light that are attached to the resistance, to that heaviness. And just feel how that golden light dissolves that weight, that number, that blockage for you, melting it, unraveling it. And allow your body and energy field to become lighter, more open. And as that blockage resolves, you can at the same time feel a sense of release spreading through your chest, your arms, your torso, perhaps even tingling in the fingers, a warmth in your heart, and slowly spreading down your legs to your feet as well. And while you're unraveling that knot, that blockage, if there's any emotions arise, like sadness, frustration, or fear, allow them to be there instead of pushing them away or down. So if tears need to flow, if you need to make fists really tight and release them again because you're feeling angry, make fists and then open them wide over and over again, to let that energy flow and dispel out of your system. So close your fists tight and open them again. Okay, allowing that emotion to flow through your body. And then with each exhale, let it leave your system. And keep pumping your hands. Take one more deep breath in and blow out hard. Now you can relax your hands again and shift your focus to your heart center, and imagine that golden light being there and glowing there, just right in your heart. That glowing light, that golden light is steady, it's soft, it's nurturing. And you become to realize that it keeps growing and expanding. It might have started off as just a tiny little flame, a flicker. And allow it to turn into a roaring golden fire. That fire of gratitude, that glow of gratitude. And let's see if you can think of one thing about yourself that you actually do appreciate, even if people tell you otherwise. It can be big, it could be small. It could be your courage. It could be your persistence. It could be your smile, your curiosity, your kindness, your stubbornness. It doesn't matter. Just find something. And as you think of that, notice how that fire expands and grows higher in your heart, filling your heart with more warmth and love. With each inhale, that light expands even more. And with every exhale, it expands more and radiates outwards, out of your body, into your energy field, filling your aura, everything around you, filling the room that you're in, filling the house, the apartment that you're in. filling your whole entire neighborhood, your whole entire state, the entire country, until you have a wave of golden light expanding all the way around the whole entire earth. Imagine connecting with everyone here in this shared space. Allow the light, the gratitude to flow in you and out of you. And then silently, or you can say out loud, just repeat, I honor my journey. I release what no longer serves me. I am open to allowing myself to feel joy, gratitude, and well-being. And just notice those subtle shifts that are happening. Maybe a sense of warmth, of openness, a sense of ease in your body. And that's your inner well-being. It's always there. It's always present. Just waiting for, your attention and care. Take another deep breath for me. And place your hands over your heart. And just feel that rhythm of your life pulsing there. Feel that thump thump, that lub dub. And allow that gratitude now as a golden flame to leave your heart and flow into every part of your body, into every cell of your body. And just imagine yourself, your whole entire body, as cells all over that now have a little golden flame inside of it. And allow it to settle into every layer of your energy system. And know that the space is available to you anytime, and you can return to it by simply connecting with your breath, your heart, your energy. And you feel the integration and the inner alignment. And maybe here for a few moments. And when you feel ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back to the room. You can do so by wiggling your fingers, your toes. And then kind of stomp your feet on the ground a little bit to bring yourself back to the current moment right here and right now. Okay. And then thank you for taking this journey. Thank yourself for it. Give yourself a moment of that gratitude that you practiced this moment right now. It's a starting point for you. And as you carry this forward, just remember that, consistent gratitude practice of moving through the blockages and becoming and allowing it to become an energy can transform your energy. And if you feel like you want to work on more blockages or activate lasting well-being, just remember that we offer, private energy resets and coaching sessions, workshops, group programs, and ongoing tools that we weave throughout, our free masterclasses that you can find here, or if you go into our YouTube channel and find a lot of helpful information there as well. Okay. And we really appreciate you being here, and we'll put the link for our website into the comments of the video.
Yeah, and thank you, Sarah, for guiding us through this journey. I feel wonderful. A big weight was lifted of me, and I feel right now just full of gratitude. And
Awesome.
yeah, and also thank you to everyone who showed up today, showing up for yourself. Carry this light, gratitude, and energy. We are honored to share this with you.
Thank you again, everybody. All right. And we will see you guys soon. Thanks for being here.